Welcome to Rettle's Pub, where we talk about the spirits while partaking of spirits. Last time on Rettle's Pub.
You know, I find too that if I just let go and let God, you know, like
I'm triggered. It's totally triggered.
Yeah.
calm down, Ron. It's okay. He's gonna shout. Let's throw some praise music in there. But if Cocoa Puffs, Cotton and I, Cocoa Puffs. Yeah. You know, the Pentecostals are really mad at us right now. Or anybody who speaks in tongues.
Oh,
Hamana.
Hamada hot tea.
Here are your hosts, Nate and Mason.
Anyway, I find that if I let go, and I guess this is the best way to say it, and quit actually chasing something and just live my life as I step forward, things will come in my life and I'm like, damn, that's fucking powerful. And I don't have to hear it from some preacher snotting and sweating and
It's just a life example.
you know,
Yeah.
it's just this
Mm-hmm.
this message that drops into my lap that I'm like, damn, that's really good. And I think that's the point. It's just to put one foot in front of the other as you live life. You know, I told someone the other day, my religion is D-bad. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Yep. I honestly, I think most of the 10 commandments are don't be an asshole.
Yeah,
Don't be an asshole.
Yep. And I know a bunch of people that fail that one.
Yep.
Of all religions.
Even ones that claim that they're following every single one of them.
Yeah.
Don't be an
Buddha
asshole.
did teach that attachments comes suffering. And if you just let whatever you want to attach to, if you just let your hands off of it, it's going to grow and it's going to return back to you. And when you pull your hands to it and you lock into it, you're going to cause damage to yourself. And you're going to cause damage to what you want to attach.
Because it's going to rip it out of your hand. Life is going to rip it out of your hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you just kind of flow through life.
And the more you
allowing-
hold on to it, the harder you hold on to it, the more it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hard one because I get attached to shit pretty quick.
You, me both.
Real easy.
You and me
I think
both.
that's a trauma response, though.
Yeah.
I think that's a trauma response.
I think
I do
that's
the same thing.
our in our nature to try to control things.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. And like you said, the trauma of it is the last time I let something go, it hurt even more. So I'm gonna hold even tighter. And or the last time it got ripped out of my hands or whatever it is, I tried to hold on. I wasn't holding on hard enough, you know.
Yeah.
So I got to hold on even more because otherwise I'll lose it. So
Yeah, and
sorry,
I think
I'm getting oak pollen rained on me over here. Sorry about that.
well, as long as
It's
it's not
just
raining
like
on me.
the saying with the when you have a rope tied around your wrist, right?
Yeah.
And you hold on, you cut your
It's
circulation.
going to cut your hand
You're
off.
going to lose your hand. But let it go, and everything will flow in the right path that it's supposed to flow.
Mhm.
You just have to trust the mystery,
Yeah.
The wonder.
the wonder.
The wonder.
There we go.
So we just need a Hammond organ to go with that.
A what?
Yeah.
Hammond
Organ.
Oh, a Hammond. I thought you said a ham and board game.
No.
I'm like,
No, it's got to be
No,
a
he
Hammond.
He said a hand on his organ is what he was saying.
Well, he was talking about touching himself recently.
Because our ego, what was it on that podcast? It was our ego wants to touch ourselves, right? We want to touch ourselves and touch others.
Yeah.
Right?
This is a shit I have to listen to.
Oh,
Mason touching himself over there.
that's why my hands are down here, not up here.
Yeah. And this is 8 inches.
B.
Oh,
B.
Rule
This
of
is a spiritual
thumb.
podcast. Oh man.
You guys want to see something cool?
Sure.
Have you ever done a podcast with somebody on a Mac yet?
I've got one now. Oh, dude. How you do that? I've got a MacBook too.
It's supposed to do that. There it is. See it?
There we go. The bubbles over
The
by his
bubble
microphone.
with the thumb.
You got to turn that on somehow.
It-
You know what? I have a webcam.
that's what it is. Yeah.
So if I had my
But with the
regular
FaceTime camera, it does that.
that's cool. He's gonna be like this the whole time. Everybody like, what the fuck?
Now you need to be like Jim Jones and do that and say, "Follow me."
Yeah. Drink the Kool-Aid, bitches.
Wait, what?
Look at what I
was
can
some-
do.
That was some good Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Today.
I'll be like Stewart on Mad TV. Look what I can do.
See what I can do. Yeah.
That's everybody on fucking TikTok right now.
Oh yeah.
Look what I can do.
Well, yeah. There's that.
Yeah.
Oh
Anyway.
man. So, do what?
I liked your drink. Man, one of my favorite things to buy is one of my favorite drinks to buy is Old Smoky's mocha cream, right?
Uh-huh.
And this is
That would be great in that. That would be great in
this
that.
would be equal to Old Smoky's
Yeah.
mocha cream. This stuff's good.
Yeah. Not bad for just kind of putting it together on your own, right? It's not
Throwing
bad.
it together. Man.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't do that stuff. I
Yeah.
end up not being able to do nothing the rest of the day.
We were at a local place Thursday night, and their special cocktail this month is an espresso old fashioned. And Mason, I think that would be something that you would
I
love.
like an old fashioned.
I do
I
too,
like an
and
old-fashioned.
it was fucking amazing. It was probably one of the best old fashions I've had in a very long time. It was great, and all they did was add some coffee and some coffee bitters to it, and that was it.
That was
it was
it.
so good.
Oh.
It was so good.
Did you ever attend Bible college outside of
No,
no?
when I was in the Full Gospel Church in my early 20s, we, as a church, a number of us did they supported two Bible colleges that were affiliated with their way of thinking. One of them was in Portland, Maine, and another one that was in Missouri somewhere. I can't remember specifically. But I had visited that Bible college in Portland, Maine, with the field trip basically that we took, and I was actually considering doing that, but at the time I was, like I said, in my early 20s, and I was already I was living at home, but I was on my own kind of thing. I had my own bills I had to pay, so it was like, I couldn't pull it off. So, but I had considered it, but no, I have never done that. I always thought I wanted to, but I'm glad I didn't, because I think it would have been even tougher having all that indoctrination on top of everything else, that constant reaffirming of the message that they spout out. I think would be harder for me as a person. I think it would take me a lot longer to get out of it, but I wanted to at the time. I'm glad I did.
One of the author that I really like, his name is Mark McNeil. He's from El Campo. In the early 90s, he was converted into the UPC. He attended Texas Bible College in Houston. And during Greek and Hebrew or Greek class, studying Greek, where you learn Greek, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was wrestling with the idea of oneness and Trinity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in class, he defined a particular word and questioned the oneness doctrine based on that Greek word, right? because he's like, it doesn't make sense with this particular Greek definition. Oneness doctrine does not make sense with this definition. Of course, he was shut down, right? Because you can't question the oneness doctrine.
Yeah, how dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah.
So he graduates valedictorian of TBC, and within 6 months, he's attending Assembly of God,
Uh-huh.
Pentecostal Assembly of God. Now he's left the Pentecostal movement and is converted to Catholic and is teaching seminary in Catholic Jesuit seminary in Houston.
Well, that's a hell of a journey.
It's a huge journey. So I find that fascinating. And being from Austin, how close were you from El Campo? Being in Austin,
I don't even know where El Campo is.
El Campo. Okay, so during the day, there was a pastor in El Campo, a UPC pastor in El Campo, that was pure venom when it comes to oneness theology, and he is the one that brought the idea of preterism to Texas within the Pentecostal.
The idea
You know
of
what
what?
preterism is? Preterism.
Preterism.
What the fuck? It's like, it is what it is. This is that what the fuck moment,
But,
right?
yeah, that's a what the fuck moment. Preterism. Let me
So-
look that
Yeah,
up.
preterism is the idea that the Revelation, Book of Revelations, has been completely fulfilled.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's what most people believed until like the late 1800s.
Robert Allen did. He believed in that too. He believed that was already taking place, and it was the destruction of the temple. That was what it was called. And he went back to the Greek to prove that in his mind, right?
Yeah. You remember Michael
Yeah.
Bloom
Who?
from Faithchild? Michael Bloom.
Bloom, yeah,
He was a preterist.
was it? Yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, neither here nor there. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Mason.
So I was just wondering, with being in El Campo, if you'd had any dealings with, I can't remember that pastor's name. If you had any dealings with him,
Mm-mm.
being connected to Rex Johnson and the UPC.
No. No.
So, wait. Let me get
and
this
I don't
straight.
even know
I'm
any-
still wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm still wrestling in my mind. So to raise money, you had an opportunity to pay a certain amount of money, and then you had
dinner with the pastor,
pastor. Dude,
with the leadership
That's crazy.
of the church, including the
That's
pastor.
like celebratory thing. Or
Yeah.
I can't even talk. I mean,
it's perverted.
huh?
Perverted.
No. It's like
Yeah.
celebrity. He was a celebrity, is basically
What
what
Celebrity
Celebrity,
worship.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, there's a lot of that in the UPC anyway.
There's a
In
lot
any
of that.
church, right? There's a lot of that. So any church. I don't want to just say it was the UPC. Any denomination, any kind of big church where when you're talking about the cult of personality, you're gonna find that, right? So
Yeah, we had that. We had a kid. I say a kid. He was in his late 30s. He's in jail because he was found with a 16-year-old girl, and then his mom and dad tried to help cover it up and stuff. And the UPC actually had a trial recently for the father to whether they were going to take his license or not, and they didn't, even though there was more proof that he did what he did than not. And it's all celebrity.
Let me say this: Texas District tried to yank him out of his church, but they had to go through this big trial. So the entire board of Texas District tried to yank him out of his church, and the people that they flew in to perform this religious rite, right, went against the entire advice of Texas District. Totally override the district. Said, no, we're not going to.
And there were some people that backed this guy that I know, that I went to school with. Like, I know. I pick up the phone, call him. And I'm like, man, that's just, yeah, I don't know that the sins of the father need to be visited on the son and vice versa.
no, but
But when you what is that? you're an accomplice, or
Yeah.
you at least help.
Yeah.
There needs to be something, especially in that situation.
Agreed.
It was pretty interesting. It was bad. It was very, very bad. It still is. This morning, I got a message from a buddy of mine. He attended some local revival meeting, and he heard a statement, and I think you'll get a kick out of this, Ron, where it says, "God save us." He's preaching, and in the preaching, he says, "God save us," and the manual guide us.
Not the Bible.
Not the Bible, the manual.
Ron's speechless. Ron got no words.
What
Look
the
at him.
fuck, man.
There goes that priest,
Oh my god.
that monk kind of sat over to the side right then. Yo, what the fuck was that?
We're no longer in the "is what it is" portion of the podcast.
We're in the what the fuck was that? Yes.
What the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
Yep.
So
Yep.
Ron, it's not a good episode unless we delve into politics a little bit.
Yeah. Politics. I view it as the biggest religion on the planet.
This is true. Yeah. So where are you still an anarchist?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I look at them all. I look at DC and the Capitol building, and I say that's Epstein's Island. So
Yeah. I actually saw a meme this week that said that.
Yep. I mean that's they're all a bunch of pedos. Yeah. So
Yeah,
speaking of pedos, the Full Gospel Church that I used to go to.
The Duke is laughing over here.
Yeah. Speaking of pedos, the Full Gospel Church. Yeah. And for the life of me, I can't remember the guy's name now, but I know the guy, the other guy. So the pastor of the Full Gospel Church. What the hell is his name? I can't think of it right now. But his assistant pastor was his son-in-law, Curtis. Curtis and I were friends when I went to that church. He came from the Bible school that I mentioned in Missouri that was associated with this church. The pastor's daughter went to that Bible school. That's where they met. So this guy Curtis and the pastor's daughter, I keep wanting to say Rex Johnson, but it's not Rex Johnson, obviously. But it's in my head. Fuck. It'll come to me 4 hours from now.
Yeah, you'll be asleep tonight in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
He texted me. Hey, his name was.
Yeah. So Curtis Franklin is the other guy, the son-in-law who is the associate pastor of the church. 15 years ago now? 14 years ago? He was arrested for having sex with two sisters that were in the children's ministry with him. Two young girls, like 12 and 13-year-olds. Well, guess what? The pastor was also doing the same thing from that church. They were both convicted. And if you look up Mawa Full Gospel and look up Curtis Franklin, that's him. So, yep.
Wow. And that's the reason why I think religion is almost as dangerous as anything else.
Yep, it is.
If not more so.
Yep.
Because you start convincing yourself that it's okay
Uh-huh.
and that God is behind it in some way. And when I am the mouthpiece of God, then
what I say is okay.
Yeah, your salvation depends on whatever I say it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's some bad stuff, man. I mean,
Yep.
I don't care who you are. Who was that said power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're looking at. And then how much of that is people of a certain inclination are drawn to those positions.
Yep. I think I do agree that power corrupts, but I also think power attracts the corrupt as well.
Yeah.
The corruptible.
And I think
We're
those
all
who are
corruptible, but I think even I'm sorry to interrupt. Even the most noble political person who wants to get into politics is corrupt, and it's because they want to seek a position where they're over other people. And they, it's a different situation than when you're a manager over my leadership style as a manager is I'm here to work with the people that report to me, but I'm not I don't like to look at it like I'm their boss, because I don't get to tell them what to do. I ask them what to do, right? But when it comes to, you have the monopoly on force behind, your position. Like if somebody doesn't do what you tell them to do, they're going to jail, or they're getting thrown in a rape cage or whatever. That seeking a position like that, you're already corrupt, in my opinion, the way I look at it. But I could be wrong, but I've been proven right many, many times. So
I think the one exception is Ron Paul.
Even him, I think he played the game as well as he could within what he was doing, but he was less like that than most are. I will tell you that. Yes, I will agree with you on that.
Yeah. Anyway, I was just throwing that out there just because I thought it was funny. But and what's funny is when you have those who go in with honorable intentions, it's the corrupt who try to corrupt the incorruptible.
Yeah. I think the whole system itself is built around that corruption.
Yeah, right. And I find that even if we talk outside of politics and religion, I manage very much. Thing. I manage very much like you.
Yeah,
and I think people who don't manage like that don't like that.
Well, considering that the owner of the company doesn't manage like that, the owner of the company that I technically still work for doesn't manage like that and views my management style as a weakness, you're 100% correct, because I have 2 weeks left on my severance. So
and I think people who are honorable, in whether it's management, whether it's politics, whether it's religion, preachers, whatever, I think they either conform to corruption or they're ejected out of the system altogether. I've seen that happen.
Yeah.
In management, in politics and religion, you've got people who actually go in to religion and preach a fairly decent version of God, who either they lose their church, or they're attacked invariably, or aggressively to remove them. They can't handle an honorable individual.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe I'm cynical.
No, I absolutely, I get what you're saying. I get it. Yep.
On your experience, Ron, I had a pastor tell me 15 years ago. He pulled me in the office and he said, "You have one weakness, and you'll never pastor a church if you continue to feed this weakness." And I'm like, man, what's going on? Right? What's going on? What's my weakness? And he leaned over the desk. He says, "Your one weakness that never allow you to have a church is you're too kind." He said, "You coddle the saints, you coddle the people, you encourage them, you nurture them. He said, and that's a problem.
Well,
Now, he said, you'll never pastor a church as long as you continue that.
well, he's full of shit because Rex Johnson did
Yeah,
that on a regular basis.
absolutely. My word, I thought that's what being a pastor and being a minister was all about, was nurturing.
Yeah, he's
Evidently
an
not.
idiot. He's an idiot. Talking out of
Maybe
his
it's
ass.
roping women and children.
Hey, maybe that's what it's supposed to be.
That's
Right.
what it's all about.
Yep.
We've been shown that, proven that time after time again.
Sleeping with other monkeying around with other monkeys.
Yep.
Well, Ron, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully you guys got.
Adam, you have a Google. You're not. It's not going to do that.
Yours,
Ron, you
if
didn't
yours is
speak
a
slow enough.
Windows, if yours is a Windows, you have to do this. So,
Sure.
Oh, me.
Wait, Ron, it's good to have you on, bro.
Yes, thank you.
We'll
glad
have
I
to do
could-
this again sometime soon.
Yeah, maybe we can do it in person at some point.
Yeah, we'll,
And I'd love to
we'll
be
take
back
a
on
trip up
again
there.
if you have the inclination and you guys want to, have more conversations about whatever. Just let me know and I'll be here. I
Yeah,
appreciate
and-
you guys
and-
giving me a voice.
Next time you come up with a good cocktail,
All right,
shoot it over. We'll try it out.
okay, we'll do.
We'll give a shout out.
All right.
All right, love you guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Love you too.
On behalf of
Yeah, right. Fuck all
back
y'all.
at you, man.
I'm gonna make a T-shirt that says that. Fuck all y'all.
I love that shit.
We
You're
all
such a
say
good
love.
kid.
It's a bunch of love,
Yeah.
folks.
All right,
All right,
Take
guys.
care,
We'll
guys.
talk to y'all later.
Thank you, Ron.
take care, guys.